What is going on, people of Earth? My name is Chilly Dilly, back at you with a not so chill video. I'm sure you guys have seen in the news, within the last couple of days, California has essentially banned hemp. Now, I do want to talk about this because I do think it's pretty suspicious the way things are worded and how it can just possibly affect the amazing hemp companies in California. And speaking of one of those companies, JK Distro, which is not only just a sponsor, but one of the best companies out in California right now, getting some of the best flower in California, where some of the best flower is. Let's go ahead and spark this up, man. I am smoking some of their black label Mylar bag. I believe this is a glitter diamond dust. Cheers. So first, I kind of just want to go over like what's like the first article or the Los Angeles Times article. But for those of you that don't know, Governor Gavin Newsom is the one that did this. It was actually a very fast like law kind of thing that just passed. I've never seen something like that pass that fast, but it is pretty interesting. Now here's where it gets a little confusing for me, because I haven't necessarily looked at all like the documents and whatnot. But pretty much what most of these articles are saying is that it seems to be leaning more towards the gummies and the drinks that are displayed in gas stations. So I think if they're just going for that, it shouldn't be that big of a deal, right? As long as, you know, companies like JK Distro can still fucking ship out of state and deal with all that, then that's pretty good, right? But if they're saying they can't have flour, gummies, or anything in any stores in California, then that is taking away a lot of money. And honestly, if you want my opinion, right, I'm just gonna say this. I am not into politics, really. I don't know enough about it to really make a educated statement or opinion without kind of making myself look like an idiot, probably, you know? But I do know a couple things that are like actual numbers, that are statistical facts, and that is that the California medical rec scene is one of the highest taxed out of all the states. Essentially, from a lot of documentaries I've watched, is that a lot of these growers and a lot of these people in this business are not making any money. Like, and even if they are, it's all just tied into business and, you know, rich people, equity, all that kind of shit. Of course, they never have money on them. It's usually just all tied into business, hence the flower business. The government's making a lot of money off the legal business. Now enter hemp, a market that isn't nearly taxed as much, making a lot of money in California. You know, literally people like JK Distro are getting some of the best California farms that probably other fucking dispensaries and shit use as well. So you really got to think about that. Now they're getting taxed less, making more. So you kind of see where I'm going with this. But his argument is that they're selling these soda, drinks, whatever, and gummies in gas stations. Okay, well, you have to be 21 to purchase this. What else is in a gas station? Alcohol. And alcohol is almost like the #1 leading fucking killer. So next to cigarettes, which guess what else is in there? Cigarettes and nicotine. These things are almost worse than these fucking hemp gummies, man. It's crazy. So like this argument of being like, oh, it's for the kids or whatever, but then you look at the numbers of like California being the most taxed, but then you look at the numbers of still with the businesses of hemp in California. I'm sure it's more of just what regular businesses go through. I don't know the actual number for California, but I know most states it's like 30 to 40, usually 40% you're going to be taxed just for regular businesses. But with, you know, the cannabis business, and it's because it's like edgy or whatever, you know, they do a lot more, like 70-80%, man. Some states are not all like that, but I literally just went to Chicago, which Chicago video coming out soon. I did go to a dispensary and it was so expensive just for it to all still say THCA on there, which that video is gonna be out. We're gonna talk about that. From everything that I've mostly seen, it does seem like they're just going strictly for like the gummies and drinks. But that's just the start. That's just something that they could probably got like really quickly. Next is the pens, next is the flour. Like this is just the beginning probably. And if they can't figure out a way to tax it more like the other business, then they probably don't want to deal with it. Now this did just happen recently, so we don't know exactly what's going to be happening, what the final result is. Because if it's just those two things, I really wouldn't worry about much. I get where they're coming from, but I definitely don't think that's the reason. I definitely think it's just greed. They just want to be able to tax it more. Because if you actually look at when this expires, it's actually next year, which is kind of crazy. It's not even a whole year thing. It's like May or March of next year this shit expires. So that's kind of weird. And isn't that also when the hemp bill revision's kind of coming around again and possibly going to be released? So they could end up just stopping it and then revising it through the bill and maybe just taxing it more or possibly getting rid of it all. There are a lot of great companies in California that are probably going to be hit by this, possibly JK Distro. They don't really do drinks and stuff like that. They just do like flour, so I don't really see them being like hit or anything, but I know there are a lot of companies that, you know, love edibles, love the drinks and all that kind of stuff, so I could see those companies getting hit, man. And if any of you want to support, speaking of, JK Distro has, I will put a link below. It is a like lawyer organization kind of thing that is going to fight this bill and possibly get it pushed back like 3 years, because it is crazy how fast it happened, and just it seems very shady to begin with. And JK Distro themselves have actually donated a good amount, or just put a good donation in to hopefully get this thing, you know, pushed back, revoked, whatever the case is. So I think that's really, really cool of them, and just goes to show how much they support, you know, just the hemp industry and just, you know, literally you guys getting the stuff. So I think that's really amazing that they did that. I will put a link below if you guys just want to check it out. If you want to donate at all, it's literally just to help fight hemp, because to make a fair point, this is just in California, but that doesn't mean that other states won't start to pick up on it and be like, oh yeah, maybe we should do that, or maybe we should wait till the revision, or whatever the case is. Yeah, man, it's just crazy. It happened really fast. I know that it was like, I looked a little bit into it, and it did say that they had been planning this for like a couple months, but who really knows, man? There's really not a lot of information out there that doesn't kind of just allude to all the same answer, you know what I mean? Because all of this says is catastrophic looming restrictions on popular THC drinks and gummies alarm hemp industry. And it does seem that they are just being harsh, possibly on those two things, but that doesn't mean that they won't end up, you know, redoing it and putting more in there. So this is just possibly the start. I don't really know, man. You guys let me know what you think. I just wanted to make this video to get this information out here to hopefully help fight that, and hopefully help, you know, keep hemp. Because another really big thing, like I said, the dispensary was so expensive just for THCA, which is exactly what I've been saying is always the same thing that you get in a dispensary, and I finally proved it by going to a dispensary. Literally Cookies, by the way. So before anybody's like, oh, what the fuck? It's literally a Cookies thing. I actually went to Cookies and Chicago dispensary, and it literally says THCA on there, just so you guys are aware. Like, this is definitely the real thing. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, let's just try to protect this, man. Definitely support JK Distro, of course, because they made a big donation. So support them like however you can, because at least supporting them, they're gonna support that, and you get better shit than, you know, supporting, I don't know, like, because, you know, not everybody has a lot of money to spend, like, to help fight like a, you know, law or whatever, but you definitely have money to help with the company to get a good product that you'll definitely love, that they can help that. I feel like I used too many words to explain that, but anyway, I fucking love you guys, man. Be safe out there. Hopefully this shit will always be around, because it is fucking amazing. It is so much cheaper now. No way should you be spending $100 for an eighth and a fucking pre-roll when you can get a $42 ounce. Yes, not the best, but it's still gonna get you baked. But it's not the best. But it's still so much cheaper, bro. But anyway, Chicago video on the way. Cookies video on the way. A lot of videos on the way. Support the channel. Support JK Distro. Subscribe. If you enjoy the End Bump, send your own to chillydillyendbumps@gmail.com.